Now I am back with the text of the poem. These are the poetic lines you can see on the screen. My mother at 66. I have described the poet Kamla Das. Let's start from the start. This is called the poetic line. From driving to Cochin, and then from last to me, and from those to that. These are called poetic lines. If you will see the poetic lines, you can notice one thing, that there is no punctuation mark between the lines. See, these poetic lines I have written, but if you will match it with the book of yours, you can easily find out that there is no punctuation mark in it. And when a single idea start from the start and go up to the end, this is called enjambment. I have described you in my first video. So let's start. This poetry will have some denotation and some connotation. This thing I have also described. So let's start from it. Driving from my parents' home. Who is my here? My is the poet. Means he, Kamla Das will be she here. So when she was driving back from her parents' home, that was in Cochin. See, Cochin word. Last Friday. The day was Friday. She saw. Since she is narrating the poem, so she wrote down I, but when you will describe it, she saw her mother beside me. Doze means sleeping. She was somehow sleeping. Open mouth, her mouth was open. Her face ashen like that. Her face ashen like that means her mother face was looking like ash. Ash means dust of fire. So see, there is like here. Like is the word that denotes the arrival of simile. So simile poetic device has been used here. Now let's move forward. See, the single idea has been transferred into other line. Face ashen like that of a corpse. There is no stop in between. So her face ashen like that of a corpse, like a dead body. Corpse is a special word. It means dead body. And realized. Who realized? The poet realized with pain that she thought away. Who is she here again? She is her mother. Now let's go to next stanza. She was as old as she looked. Means she was very old. It is clearly written at the start that her mother was 66 years old. So she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. See, the arrival of as again denotes the use of poetic device called simile. But soon put that thought away. And Kamla Das put that thought of her mother's death away, and for that she looked at young trees. She looked at young trees. See, it's the same idea transferred to other poetic line without using any punctuation. So and looked at young trees sprinting. So when we travel in the car, generally what happens? We see the tree sprinting backward. The sprinting is the word that is connotation. It is for run. It is for run. For run you can use sprint, and runner can be called sprinter. So the trees were running backward. The merry children, happy children. Merry is again for, this is again connotation. So merry children. It is also, merry children is also a metaphor here. Metaphor, because this is the name that has been used by the poet for the children they were running outside. So merry children, spilling means coming out. So spilling out of their homes, and the children were coming out of their homes. So when you read these lines, you can easily understand that when the poet was driving in her car, she was very much disturbed by the idea of her mother's anytime getting died. So that's why she looked outside and she looked sprinting trees and merry children spilling out of their homes. This is the second. These two stanzas I have described I will again go to the third in the next video. Okay, so 4 and 4, 8 lines I have described. How many lines are there in the My Mother at 66? There are 14 lines. 8 I have described, 6 is left. That will be in the second video. Thank you.